An amount of rupees 600 is compounded annually at the rate of 5%. Find out the amount to be paid after 3 years. So here the principal amount is 600 rupees and it has been put in the bank for 3 years. Now the amount is being compounded annually, so at the end of every year it is being compounded, and the rate of interest is 5% per annum. So now we have to find out the amount to be paid after 3 years. So now again here, because this is compound interest, the interest is being calculated every year, and that interest is being added to the principal at the beginning of that year, and that whole thing, that is the principal and the interest for that year, becomes the principal for the next year. So here it will be P1 is equal to 600 plus the interest for the first year, and here P2 will be equal to P1 plus interest for the second year. So let's use the formula for the compound interest. So A is equal to P multiplied by 1 plus R by 100 to the power of n. Now n is to be expressed in the time period when the interest is being compounded. So here interest is being compounded annually, and the total number of years in consideration is 3 years. So hence n is equal to 3. Now R goes along with n, so R is the rate of interest for the time period when the interest is being compounded. So here the time period when the interest is being compounded is yearly, so R is to be expressed in terms of interest per annum, and R is 5%. So A is equal to principal, which is 600, and multiplied by 1 plus 5 by 100 raised to the power 3. So 600 1.05 to the power 3. So let me pull my calculator here. So 1.05 to the power of 3 multiplied by 600 is equal to 694.575. So here the amount is equal to 694.575 rupees. So this is the amount that you get when you invest rupees 600 at the rate of 5% per annum when the interest is being compounded annually. Now, just for our understanding and analysis, let's assume that this investment was being made with a simple interest instead of compound interest. So let's find out if our principal is rupees 600, time period is 3 years, and rate of interest is 5% per annum. What will be our amount that we get at the end of 3 years if the rate of interest was at simple interest? So we know that simple interest is equal to principal multiplied by the rate multiplied by the time frame divided by 100. Now here rate is given in per annum and time frame is in years, so we are all set. So simple interest is 600 multiplied by rate, which is 5, multiplied by time frame, which is 3, divided by 100. So these two zeros get cancelled with these two zeros, so this is equal to 6 multiplied by 5 is 30, 30 multiplied by 3 is 90, so 90 rupees. So now this is simple interest. So the amount will be equal to the principal, which is 600, plus the interest, which is 90. So this becomes 690 rupees. So this is when we are having interest in terms of simple interest, and this is when the interest is compounded annually. So now you can see the difference, that with compound interest you gained an interest of 94.575 rupees, whereas with simple interest you gained an interest of 90 rupees. So this difference is because in compound interest, at the end of every year, your interest also becomes a part of principal for the second year. So in other words, for the second year you are getting interest on the interest that you got for the first year, and so on. So that is why it is called compounded, because your interest gets compounded. So definitely you have gained more due to the fact that you are getting the interest compounded annually.